Hello, friends. Welcome back to Transcendent Astrology and Tarot. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm an author, speaker, astrologer, and tarot reader. And today I want to talk to you about May 18th, 2024, with the 3 pairs of conjunctions on this date. This is an extremely unique and auspicious day, what I call beautiful perfection and magic. And it's no joke here about these 3 conjunctions. Another unique thing about these 3 pairs of conjunctions is that there are no challenging aspects, which again is such a rarity. So if you want to find out more about how you can ride the waves of the cosmos with these 3 pairs of conjunctions on May 18th of 2024, please do stay tuned. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do tarot and astrology readings. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. So 3 pairs of conjunctions that are all happening on the same day. Let's just quickly go through each of these 3 conjunctions and the time of day on May 18th that they will occur. And then we're going to completely break them down. And then we're going to bring it all back together again. So the first conjunction that we're dealing with is Mars becoming conjunct to the North Node in Aries. They come exact at 13 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries, which in and of itself is really special. And this happens at 1:01 a.m. Pacific time. Now, 13 degrees, 33 minutes, if you're into angel numbers, which I personally am into angel numbers, repetitive 3s, we've already got 3 pairs of conjunctions, that's a 3, and it's happening at 13 degrees, 33 minutes, that's 333, which does indicate the ascended masters are helping you during this time. So what is that to say? That's to say that heaven is giving you a little extra push, help, guidance, and kind of bringing about the guiding light during this day, which is already pretty amazing. Second, we have Venus coming exactly conjunct to Uranus in Taurus at 23 degrees, 23 minutes. Do you see the pattern here? We have 2323, 2323. Again, repetitive numbers. We have those 3s there. And this is happening at 4:40 a.m. Pacific time. Third, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Taurus at 28 degrees, 18 minutes of Taurus. And that's happening at 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. Now, this is extremely rare because it happens only every 13 months that the Sun comes conjunct to Jupiter. So it's not as rare as some other aspects, but it is rare for this year, if you will. So the last thing that I'd like to point out is that in angel numbers, when you're looking at signs, typically angels will ask you to look for signs in sets of 3s. And here we have 3 pairs coming exact in the zodiac on one specific day. So I really do feel that this brings about a lot of magic to this day. Now, one other thing that I do want to say about the astrology is that usually when you're watching astrology predictive videos, sometimes you have a mix of favorable and unfavorable aspects in the chart. And sometimes you get those rare aspects that are like doom and gloom, where you feel like, oh no, what must I do? And even though we have this beautiful set of conjunctions, we have these harmonious aspects of sextiles and trines, which you will see when we break it down, it doesn't mean that it's like luck falling from the sky, if you will. there is some of that. I will tell you right now that there is some help from heaven, from the cosmos, from the universe, definitely. And we're going to outline that. But I need you to know, if you're new to astrology, or perhaps you've been studying astrology for a while, that the sky, the cosmos, the planetary influences are a reflection of our collective consciousness and nothing other than that. What's happening up in the sky, what's happening in our solar system is a reflection. It's like a reflecting pool for our collective consciousness. Now, of course, individuals have their individualized consciousness, and it's whether or not you're in sync or paying attention to or taking advantage of the knowledge of astrology to enhance your life and to really ride the waves of the cosmos. That is the tagline for my channel, but it is not something cutesy. It is reality. So that's why we look at astrology. That's why we study astrology, to be able to ride the waves of the cosmos. So when an aspect is challenging, it's that we can really look at it and look for the best ways to work with it. And when we have easier or more giving aspects, we can also ride the waves of that. So we can be prepared to be open, ready, willing, and able to receive the gifts that heaven has to offer us and that life has to offer us. So let's go ahead and break this down so you can really get excited as I am about this day, May 18th, which happens to be a Saturday on top of it. So as we begin, I'm going to put the chart up for Mars conjunct the North Node in Aries at 13 degrees, 33 minutes. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And guess what? Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars is in its home sign where it absolutely positively loves to be. Mars feels strong and powerful in Aries and is conjunct the North Node. The North Node is responsible for our soul's future pull. This is the direction where our soul needs to go. So it is our soul's purpose, our soul's mission. It is the North Star, if you will, the direction in which we are destined to go. Now, we can choose to go with it, or we can go with some resistance. In any case, Mars conjunct the North Node is you getting to know yourself and your will, your desire, feeling powerful in your life direction, your soul's mission. When Mars activates the North Node, you can become aware of the power that you have to move forward. And so this is a really great time to not only recognize this, where your soul wants to go, but also to feel the power within, because Aries is about your individual power. The other thing about this conjunction that is happening very early in the morning on May 18th, it's happening at 1:01 a.m. Pacific time. If you're in Eastern time, of course, it's happening at 4:01 a.m. But in any case, it's happening very early in the morning. The other thing about this conjunction is that there are no aspects to this conjunction besides the South Node. Now, the North Node, South Node polarity means that they are always in opposition. So this is not extraordinary. The only thing I want to note about this opposition is that first and foremost, the South Node is at 13 degrees, 33 minutes of Libra. Libra is a sign about partnership. But since the North Node is in Aries, the sign of the individual, the fire starter, and Mars is conjunct the North Node, this is more about your individual choices, your individual impulse to move forward towards your soul's mission for yourself. Not necessarily consulting with anybody else about your specific soul mission, but about feeling that natural impulse on the inside of you to be able to move toward what you desire. Let's now go to the second conjunction, which is Venus conjunct Uranus in Taurus at 23 degrees, 23 minutes, Taurus at 4:40 a.m. Pacific time. Venus is in its home sign of Taurus. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, so Venus absolutely loves being in Taurus. It's its favorite sign because in Taurus, Venus can beautify and multiply the beauty of Taurus, making it more bountiful. And that's what Taurus is all about Earth's bounty. Venus conjunct Uranus and Taurus can bring unexpected gifts in love, money, career, expansion of resources, beauty. It could bring in an unexpected love partner. It could also bring in an unexpected love partner that is not your typical type, someone who's a little bit unusual, but someone you feel enormously attracted to. It could bring about a windfall of cash, a windfall of some sort of monetary opportunity that is coming your way. Now, the good thing about Venus conjunct Uranus in Taurus is that Taurus is fixed Earth. So what does this mean? It means that if a new love comes to you, if something beautiful comes into your life, if a windfall or a money or a revenue stream comes into your life, it means that it's here to stay with Taurus. It's not a fly-by-night operation, a fly-by-night relationship. This is coming to stay. And there's an even bigger emphasis of this in the planets that are aspecting Venus conjunct Uranus and Taurus. The first aspect that I'd like to speak about that's happening, and I'll put the chart up there so you can see, is Venus, Uranus, sextile Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Sextiles provide a helping hand, so this is a very friendly aspect. It's going to help out whatever is happening with Venus conjunct Uranus. Neptune and Saturn are going to support this. With Neptune, you're going to feel a lot of romantic love because Neptune in Pisces is dreamy, imaginative, romantic. And when you have this love of Venus in Taurus, and if you meet someone, it's gonna feel very romantic and dreamy and beyond your wildest dreams and wildest imagination. And then we have Saturn in a sextile to this pair. Saturn roots down and says, get serious about what you're doing. And since Saturn is in Pisces, it's like, this is something that's going to be spiritual. Perhaps you will meet a soulmate, a twin flame, something in a spiritual realm of a relationship. Or if this has to do with money or work, it could have to do with Neptune sextile Venus and Uranus. It could just mean that you're getting the job of your dreams. And Saturn is going to make sure that it's serious. It's a serious job. It's not just something that's going to come in and disappear the next day. Or it could be an offer of money, an offer of support, because Saturn also provides support. So do you see how these supporting planets are going to make the unexpected beauty of Venus something more permanent and perhaps better than you ever imagined? We also have the Venus-Uranus pair conjunct the Sun-Jupiter pair. But let's emphasize that more as we go into the Sun and Jupiter conjunction in Taurus. So the third conjunction, as you can see, is the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Taurus at 28 degrees 18 minutes. Now, one thing I want to note about these numbers, 28, 18, is that double eights are a sign of abundance. And as I mentioned, the Sun-Jupiter conjunction only happens once every 13 months. Now, it is exact at 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. Jupiter combined with the Sun provides optimism and a positive outlook on life. In other words, you're just gonna have a great day. It's gonna feel good on May 18th. It's gonna feel good. You're not gonna know why it feels good. It's just going to feel like a very good day. If we look at the conjunction though, so as I mentioned, we have the Venus-Uranus conjunction, also conjunct the Sun and Jupiter conjunction. They're all gonna be conjunct there in Taurus. And I really believe that the Venus-Uranus, whatever is going on there, whatever unexpected Venusian things that are going to arrive in your life, the Sun and Jupiter are going to support that. With expansion, since Jupiter expands, whatever it touches, it makes it bigger, more vast, more open, more lucky, more destined. And then we have the Sun that's going to shine a light on whatever is happening with that Venus-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. It's just going to make it more beautiful, bigger, better, and more significant in your life. And again, all of these planets being in the sign of Taurus is going to allow whatever is new, arriving, that is unexpected, to take root in the soil. The seeds will be well planted in the soil. Let's explore the aspects for this every 13-month Sun-Jupiter conjunction. The moon is in Libra, and it is trine the Sun and Jupiter conjunction in Taurus. Now, the moon being more feminine energy, it's feminine, it's passive, it's about our moods and our emotions. And trine means ease, facility, and flow. So this is a very flowing, easy, and natural aspect moving into the Sun and Jupiter conjunction, but also the Venus-Uranus conjunction. The reason why I really like this is because the moon and Venus have very similar energies because they're both feminine energies. So the moon being about perhaps like hidden desires or hidden emotions, and it's bringing to light those emotions about what is happening. What is happening with Venus and Uranus? The moon is enhancing the luck of Jupiter, and it's reinforcing the changes that Venus is making via the unexpected changes of Uranus. The other aspect I'd like to take a look at is a sextile between Neptune in Pisces and the Sun and Jupiter in Taurus. Neptune in Pisces is lending a helping hand to Jupiter's luck. Neptune is helping you reach things beyond your imagination, beyond your wildest dreams. Sometimes we can have limited thinking, and so we think very small, right? Oh no, I can't have that. I can't have the love of my dreams. I'll just settle for this person over here. Or I can't have all the abundance I want. I'll just settle for this job that pays this much. Neptune in Pisces, that is at 29 degrees Pisces, really at the very end of its lessons with Pisces, is teaching you that you do not have to settle for what is small. The expansion of the Sun-Jupiter conjunction is going to teach you that you can have something bigger than what your mind is telling you that you can have. The other thing about Neptune in Pisces is that it's very spiritual. And that means heaven is helping you to reach your wildest dreams. So that is a little bit of surrender. That is a little bit of trust that the universe is helping you, that heaven is helping you to attain the changes that are happening with Venus and Uranus. And it's going to help you reach something bigger than you ever imagined. The final aspect that I'd like to take a look at here is Pluto, that is trine this conjunction with the Sun and Jupiter. Now, normally, Pluto doesn't do such nice things, and it doesn't help in a very easy way. Pluto is always helpful. Don't get me wrong. Pluto is always helpful, but it's not always an easy help. But with this trine, which of course is about ease and flow, and of course Pluto being in an Aquarius, and it is also retrograde in Aquarius, which means that there's a bigger emphasis on Pluto's help. This is going to bring about the deep and permanent change that is positive. And that's why I really like this. It means that there's no going back to the old way of thinking, doing, being. Whatever transition that the Venus-Uranus conjunction in Taurus is bringing about, it's going to be permanent. So if a love is coming into your life, it's going to be permanent. If a job or an opportunity is coming into your life, it is going to be permanent. If there is a salary change upgrade with Jupiter, it's going to be permanent. If there's a windfall of money, it is going to be permanent. So just know this. This is something that is extremely auspicious at this moment. So I would like to go back right now to that first conjunction, which is Mars conjunct the North Node in Aries, because I want to wrap this all up with the 3 conjunctions all together. The North Node with Mars is pointing you toward action steps to take once you have this big lucky change. Now, I know it starts off the day at 1:01 a.m. Pacific time. It's not the third thing that happens, but it's the first thing that happens. And I believe, being in Aries, the Mars North Node conjunction that is happening first in the day is the direction. It's pointing you in the direction of your soul's mission, your soul's purpose, your life dreams, and your desires. And Aries, being the sign of the individual, is actually helping you to recognize when these blessings, when these unexpected changes come in, that you know what to choose. You know exactly how to choose. You are going to choose something that is going to please your individuality, your individual soul, and not to please someone else. Let me say that again. So whatever you choose of this beautiful conjunction and the unexpected opportunities that are coming your way in the way of Venus and Taurus, having to do with changes in beauty, money, love life, you're going to know what to select or what to choose based on Aries, based on my individuality and where is my individual soul going? Where is my individual soul mission going? So for example, if you meet a potential love person, that person will totally respect your individuality and your uniqueness. And then you'll know, hey, I'm going in the right direction. Now, once you've been handed these gifts, you're going to have to do something with them, right? So for example, if all of a sudden on Saturday, May 18th, somebody hands you a brand new laptop and says, hey, I know you've been thinking about writing this book for the last 10 years, and I'm gonna gift you this brand new laptop so you can start writing your book. So what does that mean? Mars conjunct North Node in Aries. It means don't let that go to waste. Don't squander that opportunity. Start writing the book. Once you get your gift, start doing something with it. But before that happens, you are just going to be open, willing, ready, and able to receive your gifts. So here are my suggestions on what to do on this beautifully auspicious and magical day. Firstly, I want to say to you that when you see this video, if you see it on the first day that I posted it, that these 3 conjunctions are already in the works. So you do not have to wait until May 18th to set your intentions, to think about the things that you would like to have happen in your life in the way of Venus gifts. They're coming exact on the 18th, but they are already conjunct. All 3 of these pairs are already conjunct. Since the biggest changes are coming with the Venus-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, and Venus is a feminine energy, here's what I would suggest. Enjoy this week. Sit back, relax, be open to receiving, do breathing exercises, do meditation, rest, be open your heart, open your hands, be willing, ready, and able to receive. There is nothing specific that you are going to need to do to obtain these gifts. Just be completely open, and I believe have an attitude of gratitude. Say thank you for these beautiful gifts that are arriving your way even before they happen. So if you've been wanting love in your life, start saying thank you so much for bringing me love in my life. If it's money, say thank you for the money. If it's a job, say thank you for the job. If it's a whole new wardrobe to beautify your clothes and your persona and your appearance, say thank you for that beautiful new wardrobe. If it is a new laptop to write that book you've been wanting to write for the last 10 years, say thank you for that laptop. Just be open. That's feminine energy. It's passive. It's not really doing anything specific, but it's just being softer and open and receiving. Now, once the gifts arrive, of course, take the actions that Mars is urging you to take with the North Node. It's good to take actions, but receive your gifts first. And lastly, just enjoy the day. Plan something fun. Plan something whimsy. Just enjoy the energy, ride with the waves of the energy, and don't put too much thought into it. Here is my take on it. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. All you need to do is be a vessel for receiving the good that's ready to come into your life. So I hope you enjoy May 18th this year. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with others who are interested in astrology, and thank you so much for your support on my YouTube channel. You can buy one of my 11 published books. You can book an astrology reading with me, and I will see you in the next video.